Back when I first watched Keep Calm and Flutter On, my analysis of the episode went something like,
did Fluttershy just take away Discord's desire to be chaotic with the threat of losing a friend? But what is Discord if not chaotic? Is he even really still Discord? Did Fluttershy just kill Discord with kindness?
I didn't intend it literally in that moment, but a few years later, Discord and Harmony took the concept in a literal direction. Now, I find myself trying to shift the narrative back to something more metaphorical, and wondering if it ultimately is metaphorical or not. So, take a minute, pause the video if need be, and ask yourself the same questions. Who are you, and what does that entail? And what would you be if you gave all of that up? We'll revisit that half of the episode in a little while. For now, let's focus on how Discord's rejection of himself wasn't the only issue he faced this episode. It really didn't take much to shake his confidence in himself and his friendship with Fluttershy, did it? It only took a couple of ponies pointing out their potential incompatibility to create a catalyst for two major problems. And while the overarching conflict was caused by Discord rejecting himself, it started with psyching himself out that he might not be good enough, which I'm certain is something everyone experiences at least once in their life. The problem here is that this can be a very useful skill to have. When occurring naturally, it shows a talent for introspection and empathy, being able to look inside yourself and understand your strengths and weaknesses and devise strategies to improve as a person, as well as caring enough about those around you that how you make them feel matters to you and wanting to do better for them. The pitfall that Discord hit was taking the criticisms from the wrong people and second-guessing himself too easily. This is a common pitfall for people who are learning introspective and empathetic skills. Like Discord, people finding themselves in this situation are likely to be too sensitive to the input that they are given and then overcompensate while attempting to improve themselves. If you still tend to find yourself in this position, do your best to relax and reflect upon the situation. There's a few questions you can ask yourself to guide your next actions. How could what I have done hurt those around me? Is this behavior a pattern I normally exhibit? How close to me are these people who are giving me advice? Do they have a history of honesty and kindness towards me? And what do we all stand to gain? If the answers to these questions generally point that the criticism was honest and not just a friendly roast, that you are being in character for yourself and that you can improve for the people that you care about, then it might be wise to take the criticism to heart and take baby steps towards improvement. If the answers lean more towards that everyone is joking and or you're not very close to them or they may not have your best interests in mind, then you can disregard the advice. Either way, you will retain your self-confidence. By taking baby steps towards a resolution, you will be more likely to avoid tripping into the extreme measures that Discord took. However, be mindful of the balance. Empathy, introspection, and character judgment for your friends and family are skills that you will be honing throughout your entire life. People, especially yourself and the situations you find yourselves in, change all of the time, so you'll need to add vigilance to your skill set as well. This can be especially difficult for people who have suffered emotional abuse, who will likely need to rewire their entire compass for these situations and their navigational skills. To those people who I know are out there, you have my condolences and my promise that all of this is very possible. Just remember that your friends and family who truly love you and want the best for you will help you genuinely and with no strings attached as long as you're making an honest effort. Now let's take a look at how Discord literally faded away when he rejected his own nature. This episode made me question if such a thing was truly a metaphor or not, and I came to the horrible realization that not only is this no such metaphor for some people, but that it is also a much longer and more painful process in real life. I can speak from first-hand experience. It may take months, it may take years. You might even feel a sense of relief at the beginning, but eventually you will miss that part of yourself. The joy that fulfilling your purpose brought will drain from you like a drip from the bottom of a bucket. When it's empty, you'll want to go back, but that thought will bring back whatever memories caused you to give up yourself in the first place. Then, you'll start to feel it anywhere between a month and twice a day with growing frequency. Each time, we'll shovel on a dose of frustration and self-doubt which lingers, compounds, and festers until eventually it boils over, leaving you maimed if you survive, both metaphorically and literally. You are what you are, a human with strengths and weaknesses, the duality of good and evil and everything in between, capable of great knowledge and power for those who seek out their full potential, but only when they're geared towards the purpose for which they were created. Do not go against this. You were given talents and a purpose which will fulfill you on a level that I almost cannot describe, only showing that by being yourself you will enrich not just yourself on a spiritual level, but also all of those around you. It will not come from a place of selfishness, but from a place of genuine joy for the effect that you will have on the world around you, and you will feel like that you can keep doing it for forever. But once again, mind the balance. There are people out there who first learned how to be selfish and apathetic towards others, and they might even be listening to this video. Discord was one of these people who needed to learn empathy, which he did and keep calm and flutter on. He also needed to learn introspection and purpose like he did in Make New Friends But Keep Discord. Had he not seen the consequences of his actions in those episodes, or had he chosen to not learn the lessons, he would have alienated himself from everyone that he might have potentially befriended and been left with nothing but to stew in his own hatred alone. Just like everyone else who acts out selfishly thinking they're just being themselves. But since Discord had these blocks to build on, he next needed to learn that their differences is what makes Fluttershy enjoy his friendship so much, that he can give her exciting new life experiences that she can't get from anywhere else, and that she would like Discord to be less of himself about as much as Discord can physically be less of himself, which is not very much, is it? And through this, while not acting selfishly or disregarding the safety of others, he can be a friend to Fluttershy the best by simply being himself. Once Discord realized this, he was able to find that necessary balance of introspection, empathy, and ultimately being the best version of himself, both for himself and, more importantly, for those he cares about. If we can understand our talents and find our purpose in the same way, then maybe we can do the same. And that's the moral of the story. If you have any comments, critiques, or suggestions, you can send me a message by following BrawnyBuck on Tumblr or sending an email to bronydebates@gmail.com. This video was supported by all of my generous backers on Patreon, especially Princess Heather Blossom, Kyle Christensen, Shady Oak Ministries, Stephen A. Wilson, Emerald Spencer, Rek, Bootleg Bard, Raincoon, DJ Skywalker, Sodden Girder, Sid McConroy, The Silly Fox Zoroark 720, Auto Knight, Princess Sunshine Sparkle, Senko, Janen Kellogg, and the Equestrian City Heroverse series. Be sure to check out all of their content links in the description. You can also see how you can join them in supporting my channel and what you would get in return. Have a great day, and I look forward to hearing from all of you soon.